And I'm joined here with Scott McAllister for what's going to be another good matchup in the 18 boys division. We've got the Hunter Hornets against the North Queensland Cyclones.
Yeah, nothing really separating these two teams. Hunter come into this one sitting in fifth. This is a Pool A match, but both teams have had one win and two losses, so it's only for and against that separates them. NQ a little bit higher on the ladder, sitting in third position at the moment. So, yeah, this is going to be a good game, I reckon.
Yeah, so we see the Cyclones have got the tap off there and they're taking it straight up the field. It looks like they're trying to move the middle straight away, a little sweeper play. But as we've seen today with the conditions, Scott, it's hard to hold on to that ball and you've got to kind of slow down a little bit in the ruck before you play the ball.
Yeah, but we'll see whether these boys do it. In the end, they're just going to go 100 miles an hour. But, yeah, it might just take that little bit just to pull back and make sure you can get that clean, play the ball down. Possession and completing sets of six is going to be important.
Yeah, so this is a good first set here by Hornets. They're claiming 6 to go. He's asking the question. No.
A lot of finger pointing.
He's not going to give it away. Number 7 there from Cyclones. And I watched the Cyclones earlier this morning from the stands, and they've got speed to burn. They played against Queensland secondary schools and put up a really good fight, Scott.
Yeah, they were really good in that game. They went down 10-4 in the end. Now we see Cyclones stretching down the sideline, still kicking away. They come across in cover. Great play the ball. There's no half in place. Oh, no.
He was too fast for his own team there, the number 4 for Cyclones, young Ashton Wone. So it was an enterprising start by North Queensland Cyclones. As we see Hornets, they're quickly back into their process, and I can see they've got legendary Carly Banks down in their box, so no doubt they'll be well drilled and they'll have some good trick plays up their sleeve, Scotty.
Yeah, well, this has had a little bit of everything to start this game. So there's just a bit of a feel about these two teams. Like we said, I don't think there's too much sort of separating. They get the play on call here. Oh, no! The Hornets, players offside there from the Cyclones, just needed a little soft ball off the hip. They're over for the first try.
Yeah, Jai Stone, it just came all too easily for him. He kind of looked up and ended up passing to nobody, but they just sliced straight through there. As we see Cyclones straight to work. We've seen an error. They tried to do a little wrap release there coming out of the box, but the player coming around wasn't aware that was about to occur.
I think both teams just need to just pull it back a smidge. The boys are antsy. They're up and about here in this game, and let's just pull it back. Let's work into our processes, and it'll come for one of these two teams eventually. But yeah, they're definitely early jitters in this game.
They are, and I just decided after that comment I'm going to slow my voice down as well, Scotty. So I'm going to keep it nice and calm in the commentary box like you do. So
it's hard not to though when they're like Jack in the boxes. Both these two teams at the moment. Look at the Cyclones again.
Oh, I've seen him run before. Number 2 there.
Yeah,
Anakin fell. He can
lightning.
run.
Yeah, he chased down a big intercept from one of the Queensland players earlier on today. So if he had a half a chance there. If he gets open space, let me tell you, he is gone.
And I think you're right, Scott. This game's going to have everything. As you see, number 3 there for Cyclones. Throw the long ball, but well defended there by the Hornets there. They didn't bite in. They just held their ground and waited for the ball to come across and affected the touch.
Yeah, it was nice, smart play there from the Hornets. They looked pretty comfortable in the end. Now they're working their way downfield. Both teams pretty happy to throw the footy around at the moment. There hasn't been too many errors, but they're almost playing dry with the footy at the moment. I was
just about to say, I was thinking the same thing. Is it actually raining out there, or is that just my old eyes deceiving me? Because they are playing dry where the footy is. We see another player sneak through. He's going to be looking to link up with his winger, and he's going to... No, they're going to have a discussion. They're looking at maybe a ball down.
It would just depend whether he had full control of the ball, and Jordan Randall is going to point to the spot. So they're just nice work from the referees just to confirm. Need to have your hands wrapped around the footy. You can't just come over the top and use the ground to ground it. But it came out cleanly, and that was the giveaway to me in these wet, greasy conditions.
Yeah, so the number 23 there, Mitchell French, went through and he looked to link up with his wing. We just can't see it in the corner on the replay. But Archie Micklewayne, try number 1 on the athlete scoreboard. Hunter Hornets 1, beating North Queensland Cyclones 0.
Yeah, he was really confident there, Archie, that he had it down. Let the referees know straight away. So we see the Cyclones turn the footy over, and yeah, it was a lovely setup. Mitchell French, play to watch. He's been really good for the Hornets in the matches that we've seen on the coverage so far. So here he is, picking up good meters as he gets a nice little shove into the box. One to watch for the Hornets.
Yeah, he just had to stand up and he already had his drink bottle in his hand. He was straight into the box. So as we see the referee's playing through here again, he might go back and give a penalty. No, They're going to have to bring it out to the 7, the Cyclones, and they get a fresh set of 6. And no doubt after that defensive set, they'll be looking to get it to their box.
Just got to be careful in that. That's twice now that they've gone through for players being called offside, and they've taken advantage of the Hornets. Good recovery in the end. They got some players there to make the touch. So the Cyclones, they hold out as they march downfield.
Yeah, so we just saw there the number 7 for Cyclones take a really good hit. He's done that a couple of times, Cameron Kolb. So they're going to have to watch him on that far side there, the Hornets. As we see another little, he's jinking through, he's behind the line. He'll be looking for players, and, there's players, like you said earlier. It's
everywhere.
Like 10-pin bowling. They were down, but they're back up, and there was no try. But that looked likely again there for the Cyclones.
Yeah.
Connolly, he's quick on his feet, Scott.
Very quick, yeah, really opened them up and just probably got pinned into the left-hand corner, so didn't have much time, and the support players couldn't get into position, but it was probably their first genuine chance there, the Cyclones.
Yeah, so we see it's kind of rinse, wash, repeat here for the Hornets. They couldn't hold on to it there, but they're coming down the field quite easily, and their coaches will be quite happy with how they've started this game.
Yeah, they're up on the scoreboard, and they're probably up in terms of possession and field position in the game. This is going to help NQ to get themselves back in, but it's been a good start from the Hornets. They definitely found their groove a little bit more, working to the conditions. But some good field position here off the penalty is going to help NQ get down the other end of the field.
Yeah, and you can see they didn't rush there. They didn't go and try and take the quick tap. They waited for their players to get on the field, so they got the full complement of 6 as they're driving into the line. They'll try a couple of different plays here. And we see there the number 13 at half, Elijah Berv.
Yeah, he's one to watch as well for NQ. Wisely just holds on to the footy.
They're looking for the space here. Going back in, play nearly fell, and we've seen that a lot today, just slipping on that line, but really good recovery there by the Hornets.
Yeah, good defence in the end. Like you said, Gab, a little bit of a slip. This is a good start to the set, picking up some extra metres there from Skinner. No one at home at the moment here for the Hornets as they're making changes.
No, this is probably the best defensive set we've seen from Cyclones. You can see them rushing up and pressing there, and Hornets going to have to adjust because they've been good in that regard. As we see another slip right on halfway. Fell on the logo there. Moving through, and that was probably the best defensive set we've seen from North Queensland Cyclones, and on the other side it was probably the least effective set we've seen from the Hornets so far in this first 7 minutes of this match.
Yeah, it was definitely a little bit disjointed with the footy. They had players out of position, and when they're under pressure now in terms of field position, and NQ starting their set they've tried to respond by getting physical in the roll ball there, and they've given away a penalty, so NQ just starting to swing a little momentum back in their favour. Yeah,
the last minute or so, they've definitely gained the ascendancy in field positions. We see Kolb they're taking. They're going to do a sweeper play down the... Oh, it was well defended. It was a short side, so they went back to their side, and again, they're doing a really good job, the Hornets, at not biting in defence, so which means they've got a lot of good communication out there.
Wow, they almost created something. They were the only 2 down the short side there for the Cyclones, but cut back in off the right foot. Bad little option, 5th play.
Yeah, you've got to always be aware and touch. You can't think, I've just got a little one play here, they're not going to come my way, because that's the moment they will come your way. So we'll see here if the Hornets can fix up a couple of errors they had before. That's definitely going to help. They're going to get a penalty, bang on the DoorDash logo on halfway. And they're just slowing play down a little bit here, the referee. I think it might have been a push in the ruck was what the signal he gave. And Hornets will probably just try and calm down and slow things down and see if they can complete a set here. We see them coming through there, the number 44. We've got Jake Dixon. Still touches up their sleeve. They're only getting 1 defender out at the moment, then he's well defended there.
Yeah, they had 2 popping up out of the line to make the touch. 1 more to make here for NQ, and they punch up out of their line quite nicely, but there is some space down this right-hand side of the field. Nice recovery sliding across from Anakin Fell.
Yeah, you're going to have to be fast to get around him on this wing.
Oh, yeah. Looks like it's quite a good battle, actually. Number 41, Joe Thompson, he's about 8 foot tall. So if he gets a bit of clear space, the big man, he might stretch out.
Yeah, we might see one of those Supermen dive that we've seen this week already. So here we go there. That's an error that they wouldn't have wanted. They were just a little bit slow going into their box and then trying to get the timing of the young men coming out of the box. So again, bang on the halfway line. The Hornets get the ball and they're coming straight across to their side of the box. just holding play up a little bit, and we've got somebody over on their feet, and they've been penalised for that there. So hard touch from the attacker. We don't often see that. But they've been penalised in the ruck, and the ball's now with the North Queensland Cyclones.
Yeah, fair penalty to give. You could see that Elijah doing the barrel roll after that contact. And when you the ball carrier, you don't have to come in with aggression. Just get that hand out, get the ball down on the ground.
Yep, as we see here, that's like Prince running through there, the number 6, but well defended. Still a couple of touches here. We'll see what Berv's got. He's working with Prince. Going through the middle, looks like he's going to come back the short off the left. But again, well contained. Yeah,
pretty comfortable in defence there from the Hornets. And good meters there to start their set of 6 from French. And they get the penalty as a result of it as well.
And it looks like the referees are just going to talk to a couple of the players here. It has been a little bit messy the last minute or two. And again, it can be those conditions. There doesn't look like there's any malice in it. But the referee's saying they're kind of pushing down. He's been subbed. So they'll still have their full complement, but he's got to quickly get off the field, and they'll get their replacement player on. So Hornets will have an advantage just for a few short touches. But with the slippery conditions, Scott, it can make it hard. You're kind of running in hard, and you've got to stop, and there can be a collision of bodies. Yeah, it can naturally sort of happen. I like the way that Jordan Randall handled that. He's a very experienced referee now. Just pulled things back out, had a good conversation with the player. A little forced substitution, no harm, no foul. And there's a penalty there, so it's a late pass. So on the 7-metre line, right in the middle of the field, we're going to have a tap for the North Queensland Cyclones. We're about 11 minutes into this game, and it's becoming a bit of a midfield battle. It started in a flurry. We had that early try. We've seen another drop the ball there by Cyclones, so they're going to put themselves under pressure here. And Hornets might look to spread it relatively early here in this set. Yeah, it might be the opportunity just to break the ice a little bit, try something different, but, that's gone forward. They've gotten away with one. They're really shooting themselves in the foot when they're transitioning, trying to make it to their box at the moment. It's been at least 3 or 4 occasions now. The Cyclones have turned the footy back over, and you just feel eventually, if the Hornets continue to get this amount of field position down this end of the field, they might crack this defence. Yeah, we see a sweeper there and they're coming back to the short side. He's got behind the line there, that young man. He's looking for another play, but again, that good man on defence there. And that was a good touch by Connolly. They've still got a few touches here. So McElwain out here, he's looking for his second try. And he's working here with Jake Dixon. And last touch there, they're happy just to drop it at the bottom of the field and say, do your best, Cyclones. What do you think about that these days? A lot of teams just love conceding. To me, I'm like, I know it's on their side of the field, but you still got one more crack. Yeah, have one more crack. Chance. And the amount of times you do see tries on the last play, off dead plays, because people aren't concentrating. It's that momentary lapse of concentration and they're all worth the same points, whether you score them on the first or the last. Yeah. So players slipping sliding. North Queensland again turn the ball over as they're making their way to their box. We need to check on the coach over there on the far side at the moment. He'd be having a couple of headaches with the way that NQ are trying to roll downfield. Speaking of rolling, Jai Stone just went rolling as we see a beautiful pass left to right and inside back from Archie McElwain, and he's called the touch. That was massive because that was great footy from both teams in the end. Big bomb out, nice ball back on the inside, but the cover defence coming across from NQ. Desperation defence. We'll take a look at the DoorDash replay. Yeah, it was a beautiful play. Look at this ball. Left to right, and then Archie McElwain takes it on the fly, drops it back in, and we thought he had a try, young Kynan Jackson, but touch was called by the referee, and good attack and good defence. Yeah, I thought it was actually the cover defence on the inside, but it was Anakin Fell, the winger, so that's great wing defence because he had to come across, and then they got it back on the inside. He covered both touches in the end. Nice work there from young Anakin. Yeah, fast feet, fast hands, fast brain, as we see a bit of a melee there in the ruck. They, again, all accidental, feet got caught up. So Hornets get the penalty. New set of 6. And, there's a little bit of a shirt grab there. So it's, a bit of feeling in this game, which we love to see the commitment and the passion by both teams. Obviously, we don't want to see it spill over. But, and again, another important game in terms of the finishing positions on the ladder. And he's called ball down there, and that was just sustained pressure by the Hornets. Yeah, 100% right, Gab. You've hit the nail on the head. It's just been all Hornets down this end of the field. North Queensland have hardly had a crack down the other end of the field feels like for an age. And it's French again. Look at that, just through the middle. A little bit light, a little bit lazy on the inside there. And Hornets up by 2. Yeah, and as you said, they were just a little bit disconnected as we watch again on the replay, and it only takes that half a step, and that's the difference between try and no try. So on the athlete scoreboard, 2-0 in favour of the Hornets over the North Queensland Cyclones, but still anybody's match. There's plenty of tries left to be scored in this one, Scott.
Yeah, 100%. There'll be points from NQ at some stage. They've just got to create some opportunities.
Speaking of points.
Look at that. What a ball. We made mention of him earlier, Elijah Berv. And just hasn't quite had the opportunities so far in the game, but he got the chance right there and sent a beautiful left to right out to the corner, and Colin Cutts there finishing it off.
Here we see on that replay, left to right, Berv half went through the gap and decided, I'm just going to dish it out. A good 15, 20-metre pass there, and it's now 2-1 on the athlete scoreboard.
And they needed that, didn't they, NQ? Even though they're only down by 2, it just felt like they were down by a bit more. In this game, it's been all Hornets for the majority of it. Even though it came off the restart, it's points on the board.
Yeah, so they'll be looking to respond quickly, but they're not going to be able to now. There's, again, a little bit of an error in the roll ball. They're looking to get a sweeper play going there. So we'll see Cyclones, something they'll definitely want to be fixing from their coach's point of view will be they're coming off their line, and that'll just about do it. If you're going to run, do it.
He's gone, baby.
Do it well. They are not catching him. Wow. The number 10 for North Queensland, we've got Toby Falconer.
Holy heck, didn't he show some speed as soon as he went through? Just against the grain, nothing doing, just on the outside of one defender. As soon as he beat his man, he was gone.
Yeah, we'll just do a one-up for a Toby here, because off he went.
Just a
little dummy. And little goose step to get out of the way, and there was 3 chasing as well as the 2 referees, so I'm going to say he's beaten 5 there, Scott, to score that try.
Oh, yeah, he's quick.
Yeah, they do have some speed here, the North Queensland Cyclone, and just like that, it's 2-2.
Well, when they've been backs up against the wall, and then 2 back-to-back tries, and it was a big defensive set previously as well. Oh. Now the hands almost coming through, but after they defended that way after scoring their first try, that's what got them into a position there, and Falconer just an open space.
Yeah, and we can see in the Hornets attack, it looks like Mitchell French is one of the key players for their attack. He just did a little pop pass there and nearly generated something. As we see here, they're looking to generate something out wide, get outside their player. And that player with the fancy feet, Anakin Fell, he's in everything. And working here there, we've got Cameron Kolb. Not played directly, so you've got to play for our viewers at home. You've got to play it facing the other opponent's try line. They're a little bit side on there. And there we see a little bit of a lateral run. They want to straighten things up here, the Hornets. They're trying to get fresh legs on. You kind of got to go forward first to earn the right to get your players on and off the field.
Yeah, so it's a little bit clunky, this set here from the Hornets. Haven't really made too many metres. Last touch for them now. Slapping play-on's the call. They shut it down.
Yeah, and then there's that little battle again out wide here on the wing, and it's pretty even. There could be an opportunity here. Oh, and he had to do it there. Archie Mickelman, you've scored one, and you've definitely saved a try there. And it was a Superman dive. It wasn't what I was thinking, but it definitely saved the day there.
He had to get his hands on that ball. I like the little short side play from the Cyclones. They play a good brand of footy, don't they? They chance their hands, middle of the park, short sides.
Yeah, it's super exciting here. You see the man that set up a try earlier. He's through again, a little flick pass, and that's an amazing put down by the number 5. Looks like Mr. Prince. Well done.
Flick ball again. Another try assist here for Elijah Berv. He's turning it on for the Cyclones. They just kind of held off him. They look pretty comfortable at this point, and then he pops off that left foot. There's players down on the deck. Flick ball back on the inside.
He still had work to do, Prince. It was such a clinical put down. We see that. And look here, Scott, they've gone actually behind the line.
Yeah.
And the slipping over certainly didn't help, but 2 players on him and, put the ball down extremely quickly. So now, in just a flash, they're now ahead on the scoreboard, the North Queensland Cyclones, 3-2.
Yeah, down by 2 points. They've scored 3 tries unanswered, and they're in front for the first time of the game. It's been quite the hit back from them, hasn't it?
It sure has. We're only a couple of minutes shy of half-time here, so they'll be looking to consolidate here, North Queensland Cyclones, although it never looks like they're going to put the cue in the rack, does it? They're going to play right up to the final second, and who knows what they're going to produce here. So there's about 90 seconds left on the clock, and Hornets won't want to let them get away with another try here. And this is better defence by the Hornets. They're coming up in pairs. They're moving up fast. Receive last play scoop. He's going to throw long. drop it back inside. And we see well contained there. But again, a good set by the Cyclones. They're completing their sets now and getting it up the other end of the field, Scott.
And that's what the issue was for them in the early stages of the first half. They couldn't get to their box. They couldn't make any, couldn't get across to even make changes. They were turning the footy over. All of a sudden, they're completing their sets of 6 and they're getting down the other end of the field. And they've got strike across their 6, so they can hold that footy. They're going to be a chance for more points.
Yeah, sport can be a simple game sometimes. It's about, as we see it drop back in there, holding on to the ball as we hear the halftime hooter in the background. And this has been a cracking first half. It didn't even feel like it went for 20 minutes. I can see the referee even looking at his watch there. Yeah. So, Scott, I don't know what to expect in the second half here.
Oh, well, we got a little bit of everything there in the first. The way that both teams started, it was electric. There was all sorts of stuff going on out there. They came out all guns blazing. It was all Hornets. Then all of a sudden, it was all Cyclones. We're going to get more points in the second half, but only the one try separating them, but it's a really good quality game.
Yeah, we'll be back in a moment for the second half of this 18 boys clash. Welcome back to the second half of the DoorDash National Youth Championships, where we've got a scintillating game. Scott, it's on a knife's edge, 3-3.
Yeah, we had everything in the first half. You just feel like you're going to get the same here in the second. It's an important game, like we said. Hunter a 5th, NQ a 3rd, but they both had a win. They both had a loss. Hunter now, great start for them. And they would have spoken about that at halftime. They would have wanted to be the first team to score, just put some pressure back on NQ. They've locked up the scores. Perfect way to start the second half. Yeah,
as a coach, that is the perfect start to a second half. We look on the DoorDash replay there. So went round behind, simple little passive play there, a wrap behind and an easy pass there. And the number 6, we see Oscar Walkerton. He walked over for a try there. So
certainly did.
4-3 to the Hunter Hornets early in the second half.
Yeah, it was nice work there from Lewis Skinner as well, just looping it over the top. Didn't have to put too much mustard on it. It was a perfect pass in the end. And nice way to start in the second 20 minutes.
And we see here the Cyclones with the ball, and Burv, who's been instrumental in everything they do in their attack. In he comes, going to play it just about the 8-metre line, and they're going for an out ball there. And well defended there.
Yeah, pretty comfortable in the end there from the Hornets. So they've done the double job, scored on their first possession, and they've stopped any retaliation of points there from NQ. And it's a ball down.
Yeah, nice it's work. A bit of an error there. So, again, the game's all tied up, and we take the ball on halfway. And the Cyclones have got it there. And they just went lateral there. Looks like they're trying to just head straight across to their box. And you can see that they've slowed down the play a little bit, maybe with the conditions and the ball being slippery. He was claiming offside there, Burf, but ref wasn't agreeing, so it's back to play the ball.
I was just going to make mention of, and you said they went lateral on those first 2, and I know you need to try and get across to your box, but when you're just going across the field sideways in the first couple of touches, it just seems to flow on for your following ones as well. They couldn't get forward, so they had to try and throw a pass to get themselves out of trouble. Yeah, it was a bit clunky, that last set there from the Cyclones.
Yeah, and you see the Hornets doing a lot better job here, so they've gone forward first. And we see there he's gone through from half, looking for a play, but we've seen an intercept here. He's taken behind the line, but he might come back out for a penalty for the Cyclones there.
So it was first.
Yeah, it was Mitchell French that was slicing through again there, and we've seen him a lot already in this game. And no doubt in the second half, straight away the Cyclones are back. And they definitely look better when they're throwing the ball around, Scott.
Yeah, and that's their style of football, you know. They're up in Towns, all up in Cairns. They love the fast-running football. I don't know why they got so much running when it's 600 degrees up there. But that's just how they play, and they love throwing the footy around. They're doing it out here in the wet as well.
Oh, and that was just a little half opportunity there. Burvey went past his first player and cut it out to the link, but he needs to be a little bit flatter there to try and take advantage there. So Hornets working their way out. We see French there taking it straight to the sideline, and off he goes. And then moving on here, we've got the number 44, Jake Dixon. A little trail play back in, a flat pass. Oh no, the referee, we thought it. There was a little couple of head shakes here by Scott and I, but he's right onto it there, a forward pass.
Yeah, when we say flat pass, that's us being very cautious to say it's forward.
That's right, it's been diplomatic.
Forward. It was being diplomatic. It did look a little bit forward. It was just on the previous play there, but no, nice work from the referees, and that's the best part of our 3 referee system. It's so hard when you're the on-field referee I haven't refereed at this high level, but refereeing, Division 8 on a Tuesday night at Redlands, you're on the back foot, you're looking for everything. Sideline referees have got you back, and they picked those forward passes up. They did a great job to call that one.
Yeah, like there's 2 teams out there. There's actually 3 teams because the referees have to stay connected and work as a team as well. And as we've seen yesterday and today, they're doing an amazing job in that regard. So we see here the Cyclones, they're just peppering, waiting to see, but it's last touch, which came up quite quickly. Going to see, and as you said, Scott, you want them to try something razzle-dazzle on that last play and see what they can come up with. But defence stood strong there.
Yeah, but you still want to have some sort of momentum coming into the back end of that touch rather than have to try to create something on the last touch of the set. And I'm not too sure whether they knew the touch count. You said it kind of crept up on us. It might have crept up on them as well. Wasn't the greatest back end of the sets there from NQ.
Yeah, so it's last touch here. They're right on halfway, and they're going to get a penalty here. And again, you don't want to give away a penalty on the last touch because there's now a whole new set of 6, and they're taking it just beyond the halfway line, the Hornets. So they'll be looking to try and edge their way ahead here in this match. And they're just taking their time to work out what they're going to do. We've got the number 14 there, Jai Stone. Just working their way in, getting those 2 middles engaged. They might bring it a little bit wider first. It looks like they're trying to run a sweep. They're coming down this left-hand side and a slide underneath, which is easy to do in these conditions, but defence there by the Cyclones. No.
Yeah, Falconer thinks it should be their ball.
Yeah, Stone's going back to play it with Gordon behind him. Looks like they're going to try and open the space up here. We saw this work for them off the tap-off, but they just didn't quite get their lines right in the running. It looked like a very similar setup to what we saw where they scored off the tap-off, Scott.
Yeah, just not quite in position. Didn't have the flow coming in to the touch as well. And NQ just look a little bit more flat at the moment. They're really working hard to try and get forward. They need some punch coming out of the box here. Yeah,
so they're just getting beyond the halfway line here, and it's coming up to last touch. He might just take off and go here. Oh, beautiful pass, and well defended there by, again, Archie McElwain. Over on the far side this half, but doing an excellent job out there. And as you said earlier, with his height, he can get up in the channel, and it's really hard to pass it over his head.
Yeah, it's been good defending out in the flank, out on the right wing at the moment for the Hornets. Better off the back of it. They had some nice flow coming in on the 5th touch, and the Hornets now rolling downfield nicely, throwing the footy around. This is better from them as well. Yeah, really good enterprising play, and they've got away with that one there, so they're coming up now down the field. There's a little trail back inside, trail back outside, and just holding up the defence here, and they're just getting back settled now here. So it looks like French is going to be the instigator again, and he takes off behind the line and had to be done, knocked down there by the Cyclones link. Yeah, I like that option, though, just picking up from half and just going the early release. It's risky, though. Link shooting up out of the line, but had to shut it down. Repeat set. So he had 3 people on him there, so and it was Connolly again coming in to pinch the touch. So we'll see here, that's the number 21 there, Harris. Working with French. We've gone for the out ball, and he's gone for another slide, and he might... No. Looked like he was going to say ball down, but another touch there, so Jackson will have to go back. And they're holding on at the moment, NQ. Yep. Still one more touch to come. Oh, French again. French again. Oh, it's close, just over the sideline. Probably didn't have full control over the footy as well. It would have been out over that sideline regardless, but French from half. Oh, he looks likely every time he picks that ball up. So, and I don't know if now the defence is starting to hold off on him, which is giving him additional time and space, but they might just have to get in and try and touch him before he gets behind that line. Yeah. Easy from this commentary box because he looks a little bit too fast for me, Scott. Oh, absolutely. He's got spiders on him this evening. The Cyclones, though, they at least got down to the 7 in that set. They'll look to promote the ball here. There's going to be some easy metres as the Cyclones kind of tracked backwards then instead of forwards in defence. So they're already going to be on the halfway line there. We've got Kyle Gordon taking it up. Working there with the number 44, Jake Dixon. And he's gone straight through Dixon. Yeah. It's taken a full-length diving touch by the number 7, Kolb. So they're definitely using the ball better this half, the Hornets, Scott. Yeah, they're throwing the footy around, and it was kind of what we saw from the Cyclones when they started to work their way back into the game, just letting the ball do the work, not worried about these wet conditions. It's definitely working for them at the moment. It's helping to get them on the front foot and get them downfield. So it's been a good start here to the second half, still locked up at 3-3.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if in the coaching box from the Hornets they've told them just to look for that trail play and just try and hold the defence back, and then you're seeing the North Queensland Cyclones. They're getting behind the ruck and then having to go back a further 10, 15 metres in defence. So it's working well for the Hornets. And as we said, this game's still on a knife edge. We've got Burv, he's taken off, he's off the right. He's gone through behind the line looking for support.
Oh.
And the referees have called touch. It looks like great touch out there. It might have been Micklewayne again. So they've been given a penalty.
Yeah, it's just interesting to see. It almost looked like they popped out. It was nice work again from Burv. Popped off the defender before the touch was made. I could be wrong. That's on the far side of the field, but referees were comfortable that the touch has been made. Just happen to look at the replay here. So out on the edge.
Oh,
It looked like the ball was down without any contact there. It's
yeah, and you're right. I couldn't see what the actual referee's call was. I'm assuming he just called a touch, but
but there's no complaints from NQ.
No.
Referees were happy with the decision. Like we said, they're in better position than us, and they're tricky ones there because he had hands on him at one stage. But it was. It almost looked like he popped away from him and got the ball down after that initial contact. Yeah,
so we just see a push in the touch there by one of the Hornets players. So Cyclones are going to get a new set of 6. Their players are now fresh on the field, and if I was Cyclones here, I'd be going straight at them. As we said, they definitely look better when they run hard and play with options off that. So we'll see what they decide to do this set. You see there, we've got the number 16. We've got Zegler. And he's working there with his number 3, Connolly. They're in front of each other. They're too fast for each other. They come for a little short side. And he's gone for that link hole. And
great touch.
Great touch.
Oh, no,
he's called ball down. Yeah.
Good honesty from the young man there, Archie McElwain. I think it was one of those ones where he read it really well, came flying in to make the touch. He had hands out there to make the touch, and you think, I've got him. And then all of a sudden, they get the ball down. So we take a look at the replay. He's right there to make it. He looks up at the referee straight away and says, no touch made there. Nice work from the young man.
And we love that honesty in our game. So it was a belter of a ball there. He's thrown it to the link passage and just trying to catch what number scored.
It looked like number... couldn't quite see, actually.
Could have been number 8, but if we're wrong there, I apologise. But that gives North Queensland Cyclones a narrow lead there, 4-3 on the Athlete scoreboard when we're about halfway through this second half, and not too many tries we haven't seen in this second half yet, but I feel like it might open up in this last part of the game, Scott.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes like one of the two teams to get some points. You're right, Gabe, only the 2 tries, 1 apiece here in the second half. And we saw 3 each in the first, but this is really, really tight contest at the moment.
We'll see there, they bring it down the field, but again, and they've dropped the error, but we saw coming just before that try, North Queensland, they drove hard at them and then found the option off that, and they got the try off the end there. So there's a sniff of an opportunity here for the Hornets. They're getting the ball on about 15 metres out from the try line. They're trying to go forward first. It's a ball down in the ruck, so that is not going to help their cause.
They're probably lucky to get away with one the previous touch as well, and sometimes when there's a 50-50 and then the very next play, the referees will be all over that one as well. So ball control, particularly in the ruck, is important for both these two teams at the moment.
So we see here we've got Burvett acting half, and he's just scheming and plotting and seeing which way he's going to go. He's gunning for a penalty there, and his wish was granted. And he'll certainly be one to look for in this set. He'll be working with Fox, the number 12.
This is an important set for both teams. NQ can crack here and go up by 2. It could be important. Gee whiz, they're getting away with some passes.
That was a flat pass there, Scott.
Flat pass, inverted commas. Oh, they've held off him.
Oh, hang on.
They're going to come back. They might have picked up one of our flat passes. Let's see.
I think so. It was a very late call.
It was late because they did continue on, and I thought the questionable one was like the previous play the ball before, so they end up picking it up. It's the right call in the end.
Hang on, the referee's stopping it again here. He's going to again speak to one of the Cyclones players. He's not happy with the amount of contact in the touch there, so we just have a quick chat to him. He's given him a forced sub, so we saw that again in the first half. So they'll have to get a new player on. He's rushing around behind, so they're back to their full complement. No damage done.
Yeah, I think it's a good call from the referees. The players, they're trying to be... I don't think they're trying to be over-vigorous to really disrupt the ruck, but they're trying to get, because it's so tricky to get the ball down on the ground. So getting some decent contact is forcing mistakes at the moment as they come back on the inside. Referee.
He's caught the touch, so
I reckon he's going to give this
the
one.
try. Yep, you're right, Scott. So, and I believe it might have been the main man for the Hornets in this game, Mitchell French, that's gone over as the equaliser.
Yeah, of course it is, and that's my main man, that referee with that flowing mullet as he points the spot and heads to the sideline. Look at this, nice inside ball. It opened up for them, and I can only imagine that they were caught short of the line there, Cameron Cole, and he was, you can see our referee just giving those instructions. He was definitely in front of the line when the contact of the touch was made. Whether he made it back there, nice and calm instructions from the referee. He's never going to change this decision. Points to the spot. Really are locked back up again.
Yeah, he was very clear in his decision there, and it was well done by Stone there to pass the ball back inside to French. So, as we said, 4 apiece on the athlete scoreboard coming into the final stages of this game, and Cyclones will be looking to pounce here. They've been given an opportunity on the line, and that looks like the number 6. I think it's Stammer.
Yep, he goes over, and you called it, Gab. It took a while to get those points on the board. Once NQ scored, and all of a sudden now the Hornets have hit back, Cyclones have gone back again, so it's opening back up yet again. Cyclones aren't going anywhere here. They want to hold on to this lead now.
No, and he kind of just stopped and started, and off he went and went through for the try, young Stammer. So 5-4, Cyclones hit the lead again.
Yeah, just caught them on the retreat there, targeting both those middles, and no support back on the inside. The Hornets need to hit a mark.
Yeah, so we've got Stone there working with the ball. He's got Dixon and working with Gordon as well. So those 3 here, they've been on together a fair bit this game. Step back off the inside and ball down. That was an opportunity there, and you see a little hit of his wrist, Jake Dixon, and just couldn't quite hold on to the ball there.
Yeah, they opened them up, didn't they? Berv really having to get on the skates to try and close that window, but holds it cleanly there and gets it down. I think he might have been too little too late, so that's a chance going begging there for Hunter.
And here we see Cyclones, they're going direct straight up the field. He's going to rule a ball down there, so they were building for something nicely there, but again, a little bit of a slippery ball makes a big difference in this game. And we see there Hornets doing that little trail play again. They've definitely seen something throughout this game that they like with that trail play. See the number 24 for the Hornets there, Truscott Jones. French is back into the action.
Yeah, watch out.
Here he goes off. He likes it down this side. He's off the left. He's on the right, and just couldn't find his man there.
Yeah, and they almost got caught in that step or two behind the line again there, the Cyclones, and French just couldn't quite open them up. But every time he's got the ball in hand, it's alarm bells for the Cyclones' defence. Yeah,
and here we see that was starting to build as a good set there for the Cyclones, but they've snuffed it out, the Hornets. They're dropping it back inside.
They're flat here.
Yeah, they're flat. There we go. There's a bit of an opportunity there, and it's just a little bit of interchange of passing. Coming back here, he wants him to go straight down. This is where he wants. He's going to take off. He's going to have a crack at the player offside, and so the number 10 there, Toby Falconer, we know he can run. He got through for a beautiful try in the first half, but he's got to give the ball back here, and Hornets are straight onto it through French. Touch has been called.
Yep, they'll have to head back to the Red Rooster sign and play it with French.
So the time is starting to become a factor in this match. There's probably about 3 minutes to go. 1 on the scoreboard between the two teams. But as we said, in this age division and with the way these two teams are playing, we could see 3 or 4 tries in that time, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely. Last play for them now. They fake to go that passive play at the back, go the short ball this time.
Yeah, which wasn't a bad option because they've gone that passive play a few times, so the defence can start to kind of head out. But they're defending well this half, the Cyclones, and they just need to get this part and again, they've made a little error in that transition, and they're opening the door here for the Hornets, Scott.
Yeah, they've been much cleaner in that aspect. They really struggled in the first half, and it's probably the first time here in the second that they've they come up with that error when they've been trying to transition and get replacement players on. This is a big set for both two teams. Hornets looking to level it up.
Yes, they're in there going, and that looks like it's a ball down for me. Yeah, it's play through, and that's a try, and that is the equaliser. And again, this game's of a knife edge. It's just still hard to pick. About 2 minutes to go, and we'll see on the DoorDash replay in a minute. And again, it was just that error coming out of their own end, the Cyclones. So we're looking here. We've got the number 21, Geordie Harris, working with Stone. And Stone again, and you called it earlier, they've gone behind the line, Scotty.
Yeah, they're getting caught. It was a tricky put down to take. I'm just looking to have another close look at this one. Ball in one hand.
Oh.
Did he lose it before it got to the line? It's right in front of the referee, and you can see as soon as he came across, he was pointing to the spot straight away again. Perfect position.
Oh, we nearly had an intercept there by the winger Archie McQuain. So we're getting into the dying stages of this game. The game's even. Cyclones have got a set on the Hornets line. It looks like they're trying to get a couple of their key players back on. So we've got Berv there. They've still got 4 touches up their sleeve. He's working with Stammer, who we know has already scored a few tries. And this might be Cole. Oh, no, it's the number 3. It's got Connolly. They've got a penalty here, so they still don't need to rush. There's probably still another minute left in this game. But if they can get a score here, it might be hard to come back. No, so we now need to quickly get that ball. A draw would actually not be a bad result given what we've seen in this match, Scott.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, there really hasn't been anything to split these two teams so evenly matched, and it's reflected on the scoreline at the moment. There's still a chance here for the Cyclones, though. They're still at the death.
And he's ruling, no, he's ruled the touch there, so Connolly's got to go back and play it, and you can hear them both boxers screaming. They've obviously got their watches on and know that time is of the essence, and this might be the last play. They're going to come back to their key player in Berv. He's off the right, he's back in, he's a chance here, and and right on the hooter. Unfortunately, his support play, and you can see he's still on the ground there, but he just lost his foot at the wrong time, Scott.
Oh, look at this. There's players down on the ground. Hands on heads. What a game of footy that was. Wow. Scores locked up at 5 apiece. It was fitting, I think, result in the end. Both two teams coming in similar positions in terms of on the ladder, and they go away with the draw.
Yes, so it'll be interesting to see what that does to the results in that pool. But a great game in slippery conditions for the 18 boys. And next up after the break, we have another 18 boys clash. We've got New South Wales Triple C versus the South Queensland Sharks.